back to your daily dose of dopamine. My name is Robert. That's my cousin Nicole. By now, you know she's the licensed marriage family therapist and just awesome person. We're talking about the value of play, creativity, and we brought it up, but not really dove into it yet. Specifically, as we use it in the class, the practical use of improvisation. What do you know about it? What did you know about it before the class? What do you know about it now? And what do you think about improvisation?
I didn't know a ton. I know that it is like I've got a bit of a background in trauma, and I know that it can be, there's research that shows that engaging in improvisation can be highly healing for people that are experiencing trauma. I think it's another way to sort of like let go, be playful, maybe allow various parts of yourself that um, are suppressed or sort of feel like they've been lost show up. Um, I think that also it just engages what we've been talking about, which is also playfulness, which is a mood booster, and it just supports overall, well-being.
How much value is there in something that can give you mood boost in real time? I mean, right in front, because that's the feedback I hear all the time from my improv classes is people say, they remark, I can't believe how every time I come to this class, I leave feeling better. How much value is there in that?
It's invaluable. I mean, I really think that most most thing in order to really feel better, increase our mood, have more fulfillment and contentment, it really means taking committed action towards something. It's really more about that, and it's less about thinking our way or talking our way, right? So for people to have like a weekly habit around, I'm doing something that is simply for fun and play, is invaluable. And yeah.
So you see it and have seen it in the scope of the hero's journey because we're putting it into the Shawshank hero's journey class. How have you noticed curriculum wise the way I use it and the purpose I use? Because improv is extremely flexible, right? It can be applied. Obviously, people know it for whose line is it anyway, the comedic performative aspect. That's not what we're doing here. I mean, I go out of my way to make sure people, because I understand people feeling intimidated by it potentially, right? How have you seen it applied, and do you see the value of it in that particular way it's being presented?
I do see the value. And if I think just to this week's class, I think there was a lot of value in terms of learning about the importance of, you know, the where we're like naming sort of where, and um, this, and there was some like focus on the importance of, is it staccato? Am I saying that
That's
right?
right. Yeah, noun verb. We were doing the quick.
Yeah, so just some of these like various things, just being a better writer, and overall, there was some translation from improv. And then I think, there's something about writing where, as you talk about, like looking kind of outside of yourself and just looking around and doing that in improv and translating that into our writing. I mean, I think there has to be some sort of letting go and flexibility to play. And I think that that's probably very useful in our writing too.
We
So
did. I think we played What's in Space, didn't we? The kind of we're flopping around and grabbing something. We played that game, I think.
we've done that once. Yeah.
So that is an example that, again, it's very intentional to show people kind of what you were saying, that our, once again, the brain is not the only thing leading our experience with the world, right? We talk about sense awakeners. We review and engage intentionally in all five senses. We go over emotions and express them on various kinds of levels. And then also to tangibly grab spacework objects, as we call them, mind putty, and make them real. That is a form of reminding ourselves that, oh yeah, this thing, it happened in space. It didn't happen because I said, I'm going to grab that thing and now there it is. No, it happened here. And then my mind responded to what I did. That's a different frame of engaging in creativity, because my biggest concern is always people getting stuck,
Yeah.
various writer's block, because I think there's a tremendous amount of trauma around writing the way people have been taught or have been scolded, have been shamed.
Mhm.
Um, and so I have a lot of unpacking to do in that regard to help people regain their confidence. Um, and so, I mean, it's one of the ways we use the games is to remind people, the simple things, which, like you referenced, who, what, and where, because people will write things. It's like, this is great feeling. I don't know who we're talking about. I don't know where this is taking place. And by the way, very experienced writers and very experienced improvisers blow past that stuff all the time. So it's
Mhm.
not a matter of wrong or right. It's just remembering, if somebody's going to look at this, they're going to need, you have to offer them the foundation of who's in the scene, where
Yeah.
they are, and what's at stake. And
Yeah.
it sounds simple, but we all go right by it all the time, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Um, I mean, I think what that made me think of is when we're engaging in the five senses, that to me is like presence,
mm,
right? And I think that we can get very heady, and I know I can get very cerebral and in our head, and that probably perpetuates sometimes some of the writer's block. And so I also think there's something about, yeah, engaging the five senses, getting grounded, recognizing like it kind of opens up space, I think, for creativity, flexibility, those types of
it
things.
sounds like, if I'm hearing you right, the creativity may be an exercise potentially in vulnerability. And I think that's right.
Well, for
Uh,
some people,
yeah. Well, and therefore it might be risky,
yeah.
right? So just another thing. All
Yeah.
right. This has been awesome. We're going to do more of this. I know we are. I
Okay.
can't thank you enough. This is so fun. Nicole, thank you for being on the dose with me.
You're welcome. This is
All
fun
right.
for
We'll
me
see
too.
you soon.
Okay, bye.